Okay, this is the electric meter. It's on the east side of the garage. The power supply conduit is disconnected up here. It's disconnected up here, so that can allow water into your electrical system, and also can allow birds to nest in there. And you think all that straw is, you think that's combustible? I do. The grounding rod is not properly buried. It's an 8-foot rod in theory, and they're supposed to be driven all the way into the ground. Now, an electrician can measure that, the continuity, and see if the intent of the code has been made. And maybe the electrician demonstrated that to the code inspector, and so everybody agreed on that. That's what happened to my house, but I wasn't here when this house was built. So I don't know if that's the case for this house. All I know is the grounding rod is sticking up too far, and it's probably okay, but it's going to make the report. It's going to make a report. I don't know it's okay. So what do I know? I'm just a home inspector. You know how they are. All right. Coming in the garage east interior wall. That's the north wall right there. With the, and we're going to talk about this later, but this is the manifold. This is the distribution manifold for the plumbing. This is your water heater. And this is your electric service panel. Now the neat thing about this is it's been labeled, because I call that out all the time. Most of it's been labeled, not all of them. Not all of them. And when I get down here is I go dryer and water heater, and I come up here and it's water heater and dryer. These are reversed. Which one's right? I don't know. But I do know that some of the labeling is not exactly accurate. I also know that the manufacturer expects some duplicity here, so that if this fades out, that goes off. I didn't ask for that. The manufacturer asked for that, wanted it. That's duplicity. We do not have our duplicity. What else have we got? Well, we got hay in the meter, but we got gecko eggs in the box. So it looks like Gecko's been hanging. Oh, look at him. He didn't make it, did he? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. All right. So what do we got? We shouldn't have gaps in the panel larger than 1/8 of an inch. That compromises the fire blocking. This is called bundling. That's very common. Even the illustration in my report is somewhat apologetic, and I hate discounting my work. But correcting this, see these little holes? That's where they're supposed to come in, no more than 2 at a time. When they do that, it's called bundling. It's very common. It's a national illustration is what I'm using. It's very common. So if you were to sell this house and say, oh wow, look, they took care of all that bundling, let's pay extra, it's probably not going to happen. I would never dissuade my client from seeking perfection, but I'm just going to let you know. I'm just going to let you know that that might not be the most productive, battle ever, waged. So coming on along, this cabinet was screwed into place. Screws are faster, screws are tighter. I get that. Zip, zip. Yeah, okay, let's go to the beer store, Philip. Oh, Doug, you're the fastest guy in the shop. I know, fastest guy in the shop. I'm getting a raise next week. That's how they do it. The nails have much more shear strength. If this structure was to experience a tornado, for example, you've already got a bad day. The garage already got blowed up. I get that. But this box would stand a better chance of staying in place next to the wood. The first responders won't have to step over all the sparks when they're going into the rubble to, save your life. Maybe. I know, and the devil may come over. As a worst case scenario, I get that. But I didn't write the code. It is, the code is, what? I got an idea. Let's put, this book is not big enough. Let's put some more words in there. Can we, add nails in the cabinet? They did that for a reason. And all this stuff is combustible. You could light that. L1 and L2, okay, those are supposed to have protective rubber covers on them. Got it? So that way you don't electrocute yourself. If you don't know this is hot, you don't belong in this cabinet. I get that. It's supposed to be foolproof. That's what they did. So you're supposed to have. Also, right here, see these white wires? They're the same as black wires. See how this white wire's been painted black? It's because he knew. He knew these white wires should be painted black or wrapped with black tape so people know they're hot. If you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in this cabinet. If you don't know that's hot. But it's supposed to be wrapped in black tape. I didn't write the rules. I didn't. So what do we learn? We learned that our conduit on the other side of the wall is disconnected, and the grounding rod on the other side of the wall is sticking out of the ground a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we learned that we've got bundling. We learned that the cabinet was screwed into place. We learned that we do not have protective covers, and we learned that we do not have black tape. We also do not have a bonding location. I can't tell where this home was bonded. Usually, with a PEX system, it's, well, actually with a PEX system, usually with a PEX system, it's bonded on the gas line, and this home does not have gas. So we don't have a gas line to bond it to. So how does that work? Oh, they burn it to the furnace because the furnace is gas. Oh, but this is an electric heater. So we don't know where the bonding is. So we learn we don't know where the bonding is. We got combustible debris in the cabinet. The cabinet was screwed in. The cabinet's got gaps wider than 1/8 of an inch. We learned that we've got bundling. We learned that we've got white hots. We learned that we don't have protective covers. We learned that our bonding is not located. We learned that our labeling might be inconsistent and we do not have duplicity. We also learned on the other side of the wall, the meter has the conduit is disconnected. Looks like there's a nest inside of there, and that the grounding rod is sticking up a little bit.